Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I was talking to this kid that was mowing the yard and I looked at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my, I was just talking away. Anyways, wow. Okay, how are you guys doing? Hey, Julie and Jody, as Dirk and May, Smiley story. Hey, Smiley story, isn't that crazy? Because you even I heard your video that you did about calling on that Amber Alert situation, and even the lady that worked at what's the website called, missingchildren.org or missingkids.org. Anyways, they're the organization that is in charge of the Amber Alerts and stuff. That woman from the organization even told Smiley's story that the Amber Alert was no longer in effect. And that was that day that there was issues with people pulling it up. They changed some. I knew that lady was wrong because I could pull it up on a different part of the site. I figured out how to pull it up, but they had edited something with it, I guess, and made it so it was not pulling up like it used to. And yeah, even the lady that worked there, that Smiley story called and spoke to, even said it was not active or it was taken down. So yeah, that was weird. I knew it was. Somebody messaged me with it, or Marlena did, or text me with it, and I'm like, because I had just told her that no, it's still active, that this, there was just a misunderstanding. And she goes, well, that lady, this lady that works there said it was taken down. And I'm like, what? And I pulled up the video and I'm like, no, that's can't be. It can't be. I figured out how to, it's still on the site. It's just not, but if it was taken down, that would have been probably good news that she was found, or that's supposedly the only time that they take him down. So I know it's old news, but I just saw Smiley's story and it made me think of it. So anyways, there's a few things I wanted to talk about today, not just like one thing. And the title, I know it's a little bit of clickbait soundy, but it's really not. I actually do have something that looks concerning that I've been sitting on for a few days, and trying to look into more to see if I could find anything more to it. But I haven't been, so I figured I would put out what I found and see if anybody else can find anything else on it. Just a disclaimer, which I probably should put one at the bottom, that it is not okay. So all comments are alleged and in the opinion of the one saying them. So that includes my comments. Let's see. Let me actually edit that. That was one. Just because I don't want to get in any type of legal trouble. You got to cover your ass, because you can get very easily in trouble for defamation. So, opinion of the one saying them. Opinion. including comments of the host. Okay. So I was also working on a little, I was thinking about later on doing a little, even though we did it last time, I was going to do like, well, we didn't do it exactly the same last, we did it like a little true crime like quiz thing, but I was making one about Summer Wells, but I ran out of time. So I figured, maybe we could do it at the end of the stream, but I don't know. But anyways, hold on. Okay. Let me scroll up and see who's all here. Hey, Liplock. Oh, so I'm waiting. So tomorrow is Taco Tuesday, and we're having a very special guest. Thank you, Kia. She says, I'm so excited you're live. Oh, thank you. Tomorrow we are scheduled to have, oh, where's my disclaimer at the bottom? Tomorrow we're having someone we've never had on here before, and I was super excited. And it is Dolly Vision. Woo! Woo! So we are going to have to edit the time though, or change the time a little bit. So please watch for my post. He doesn't get off work until 8 o'clock. So obviously 8 p.m. Eastern time is not going to work. I'm waiting to hear back a time from him that will work. So he was needing to push it back, but then he messaged me back and he said that he could do it tomorrow later. So I'm just waiting back for the time, or he said he could do it Wednesday. It looks like though it is going to happen tomorrow. I mean, Taco Tuesday wouldn't be Taco Tuesday without it happening on a Tuesday, but since it is an extra special guest, if we had to change it to Wednesday, that'd be fine. I will put up a community post as soon as I know something. But sounds like it's going to be tomorrow. I'm guessing will probably be around 10 p.m.-ish Eastern time. Hey, Angel, you're Turtle King. Well, I'm really excited to talk with him because I've never had him on the panel here. And I just wanted to chat a bit with him. I thought that I would be meeting him in Tennessee, but that did not happen. Just didn't happen. He went to a different vigil, and our paths did not cross. And thank you so much, CR. Anyways, let's see. I think it should be a fun show. I don't know how long he's going to be able to stick around, but that's fine. I mean, I'm sure he's a busy guy. But I am glad to have him nonetheless. So I'm going to show a couple things before we get into what I was going to discuss, because I don't want to repeat what I was going to discuss. So we're going to talk about a couple things first that are are about the Summer Wells case, but not the issue, or not the exact thing I was going to talk about. But we will, I promise. And if you cannot stay around, I will put the timestamp in the post or the description. So if anybody, like one of the mods, can remind me, just so people don't have to listen to me blab at the beginning here. But we have some other cool stuff to talk about anyways. So the first thing I want to talk about is a video that JLR did. I've got a lot of emails about and text. Hopefully he'll be okay with me playing a couple short clips, but I'll use it within fair use anyways. But thank you, Aisha. Do I say that wrong? I think you tried to tell me how to say it one time. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you so much. So this is basically the best way to talk to people down there in Tennessee, is just to like run into them. A lot of them, including Fred and this guy, don't really have access to a phone or social media, really. This guy said that he doesn't really use all that. So anyways, I think I find him interesting. And I wrote down a couple of timestamps because he brought up a couple of interesting topics. He brought up Friday Hill, and then he also brought up the bones. So I thought it'd be interesting for you guys to hear those parts. This guy's name is Brandon. I'm not sure like his last name, but he lives over on Light Hollow Road, I think. And yeah, he does watch YouTube for sure. And he's only lived in that area, he said, like 6 months. Right? I mean, he used to live in the area back in the day, but he's actually from Indiana. So I was like, oh, cool. A fellow Hoosier. And his girlfriend, he mentioned David Bays too, which is another name that was mentioned by Fred to me, which David Bays is actually, and he's exactly right with what he said. He's exactly right with what he said. The same story he said to JLR is what Fred told me that happened. He had mentioned that David Bays used to live there, like next door. That's where those bones were found. And his girlfriend or wife burnt down his place or something like that. But now there's no structure on that property, but I guess he still like hangs out there sometimes or whatever. But this guy right here brings up David Bays. That's the owner of the property where that was found, but there's nobody like living on it. And let's see. He said that David Bays is his father-in-law, but I guess it probably not really his father-in-law, because he said his girlfriend. So I'm guessing he's not really married. He's just saying father-in-law because it makes it easier. I don't know. But what he was saying seemed true. It was a great video. You don't think Summer Wells is anywhere around there? I don't know. A lot of times it's here. Let me go ahead. A lot of times, like in situations like this, the child is very close. So, I mean, to me, think about it. We have a time difference of like 3 to 4 hours maximum that Candace had. Really, actually, it's going to be less than, it's going to be 3 hours. There's no way there was 4, because we've got that video of Summer in the back seat of the vehicle with Candace and her mom at 3:09 p.m. So that means that it looks like they're on the way home from H's, which I did pretty I'm pretty proud of it anyways, a visual timeline of that day with Google Earth Studio. And yeah, so that would put them, getting to their house about around a little bit before, probably like 3:30ish. Cops were called, 911 was called around 6:30. So that's 3-hour time period for if Summer was hid somewhere. It's gonna, that's gonna give a radius of an hour and a half maximum around. So like what? And with the windy roads and stuff in Tennessee, it takes a lot longer to get places than like here in Indiana. So like you might only have to go 10 miles, but it's gonna take 30 minutes or 25 minutes in that area. So I'm guessing, the radius of where Summer would be if the parents had a hand in, or if somebody had a hand in hiding her. I would believe that the radius would be around like 30 miles maximum, 30, 45 miles maximum. And but that's not to say that she wasn't moved later. Okay. That's the only way I feel like she could have been any further than that. So yeah, she could be anywhere. That's for sure. Here's JLR's link to this video. I'm going to put this in the description too, really quick, because I feel like people should definitely watch this. I watched the whole thing. It was really good, honestly. I actually emailed him today. If he does hear this, I emailed him to ask him to please. Does anybody know if JLR is, hold on, I've got to tell my daughter to quiet down. So I emailed JLR a little bit ago because is he still in Tennessee? He mentioned property that he did not know who belonged to, right? Yeah, it was good. So does anybody know if JLR is still down there? The reason why I asked, I just was trying to ask him to please go try to talk to Fred. I'm really surprised that he hasn't. Maybe he has tried and just, I don't know. I emailed him and I told him what to look for to know if he's there. So hopefully he'll go by there. I don't know about recording him like with a video, on video, but Fred, he didn't have any problem being voice recorded. He was at the tunnel today. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They were pre-recorded. He's doing more with Brandon. Well, hey, that would work out perfectly if Brandon knows Fred. And I know that he said that he had some issues with Fred at some time. It probably has to do with, okay, so Fred did tell me what the issue was with what in his opinion anyways, what his issue with those guys that were in the car that JLR spoke to, which was Sam Stedman and Terry Crawford, I think. Yeah. Anyways, he said that, okay, if you notice there's a common theme with these people that live in this area, many of them like ride horses. It's like every single one, it seems like you talk to. This guy was talking about how he rides horses. Fred rides and trains horses, breaks horses. He's just been doing that his whole life. Unfortunately, I guess Frank Light breaks horses too. I guess Sam Stedman, and so does that Terry guy. All ride horses. Anyways, it's a business deal situation gone bad. He did a lot of work for Sam and Terry, and what he says happened. He did a lot of work helping training their horses or something like that. Because at first he said was Sam, he trained his horses and he didn't pay them, something like that. And so there's some bad blood there. I asked him about the other guy. He goes, it's pretty much the same story. They were just, using me for basically using me for labor and not wanting to pay or something like that. That's what he said. Sounds like possibly there's something I don't know, some situation here like that too with this guy. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about this guy. I haven't been able to get a hold of him for a few days. Like I said, he's like really difficult to get a hold of. That's why if you want to talk to him, the only way really to talk to the guy is to show up there. Yeah, the bird fighting was brought up. Changed when he got Hill. Oh, you think that he seems kind of like nervous? He did seem kind of nervous. There was something else I wanted to mention that was, for those that didn't hear the last Fred Light, or not, oh my God. Now I'm doing it. Now I'm calling him freaking Fred Hill. The last Fred Hill audio that I put out, he says in that something that I totally forgot that he said and had not mentioned, and I feel like it's important for people to know if you haven't heard it. He said that Frank Light used to work as an embalmer, that he embalmed bodies. So that was very interesting and something I had not heard before, which we heard that about. I mean, I don't think I've heard it before about Frank Light, but it might have been brought up before. Sometimes I've noticed a lot of things have been brought up in this case, and a lot of times it will be forgot about and then it will come out later like it's brand new. It's like, we've talked about this. No snakes on the actual streets. I would have thought these drunk pill-head addicts could ever outsmart the police, FBI. Nobody wants to believe that's such a scary thought. I know. I'm sorry. But I feel like we're going to get into okay, let's go over these clips real quick so that we can get to, if people want, I understand if you want to leave and come back in 30 minutes. But this is also interesting. I know that once we get into that, we're going to talk a while about it. And yeah. Anyway, so let's hurry and do this. I don't want to keep, I don't like that either. I don't like going to somebody's channel and they string you along for forever until they tell you what you're there to listen to. So I understand. So I'll try not to do that for too long.
He wasn't happy at us about 6 months ago with this guy over here in the white pickup truck straight ahead. Yeah, he came out and started screaming. Look. So we made it to Ben Hill, Simpson. That's Simpson. We are on Ben Hill, so
people that got something, they got something to hide. Then you know what I mean? Dude,
maybe I'll just exchange info with you and we'll do Fred Hill another day.
Okay, that's fine. But look, I've known him since I moved down here. Acquaintance. I don't talk to him that much anymore. You know what I mean? We had a little bit of falling out on some trading shit. But I know this: he ain't no fucking child molester. He ain't no fucking kids.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Look, he might be back in the sticks, secluded, and come up with his own wild theories, like everybody's titled to. But nah, he didn't do nothing with no baby. And if you listen to him, he probably's onto something. You know what I mean? He knows these woods.
See, this is their property, I think.
Yeah, this is that creek. You know what I mean? Like I said. Like
and that's the Menards.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna say a lot about that either, but
So I found that really interesting. I think he might say a little bit more later on. So I was glad to hear somebody else could like vouch for Fred's character. You know, because I am interested. I am interested. I mean, you can't just because I think he seems like a nice guy. I mean, I also thought Don seemed like a nice guy. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, but I think it's important that other people like talk about or talk to him and see what they feel. I'm trying not to, you know, get too biased and stay neutral. Something it's okay. Jackie Dobbs today, and it had let's see, that is had posted on Facebook a community post man, he made a post about JLR. Thank God. I asked him here. Let me switch this over to Jackie Dobbs real quick. I did put a comment in his under his community post asking him if he wanted to come on my channel. I just randomly asked him. I knew that, you know, certain people would go under there and talk shit, and they did. And then they told their friends, and a bunch of them, you know, joined in. But that's okay. But JLR had asked him also, like an hour or two afterwards or something, and offered him a couple $100. And I didn't even know about this. I was going to show something else that he posted. So when I just switch over this, I'm like, oh, well, let's see what he wrote about me. But he said, I will not grant JLR an interview, not for $200, not for $2 billion. The money grabbing goober may stick his money where the sun never shines. Wow. Okay. Well, if, you know, anytime that you're feeling like you want to, I mean, you're welcome over here on my channel or, you know, wherever you would like. So anything I say can be twisted against me. I was cleared early. Okay, so that's where, okay, that he might have been saying that in response to me. I don't know. But I stopped looking because I didn't want to see like all the hate comments and stuff. It's just negative. But here is what I was focusing on right here. It says, Wells Bernard Brown, the evil triad. When I saw that, that's when I was like, oh, I want to ask him what he's, referring to. I mean, obviously, we're talking about, I know who he's talking about, but I want to hear his feelings, and so do several other people. And I do appreciate JLR and a couple others sticking up for me in the comments when I got attacked about saying that. They were like, leave that poor guy alone. And JLR was like, she was just asking a question. She wasn't, or they said, stop harassing that poor guy. They're like, she wasn't harassing him. She was just asking a question. That was true. All I did was ask him a question. Triad, the evil triad. After I said, I was like, am I saying that right? So I just thought that was an interesting comment. But Dobbs, get a hold of me if you'd like to. If you're listening to this, comment in the chat and you come up right now. Email me. It's under each one of my videos. But anyways, or get a hold of whoever, JLR, whatever. It's fine. People want to hear from you. I know you have a YouTube channel too, but people maybe, I don't know. Can somebody go on there and ask you questions? Like, would you have me on your YouTube channel or something? Or somebody else? If you don't want like somebody profiting off of it, then I'll go over there. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to play this a little bit longer and see if he says anything else. I can't remember. He starts talking about Andy. I do know that.
Dude, these boys been living here their whole life.
Yeah, the road's named after them, right? Hill? Ben Hill?
Yeah. Yeah, his dad or relative or something like that. Yeah, Fred at one, I don't know, I shouldn't be saying, but somebody come down there. He had his daughter there visiting. The guy come out and Fred didn't even know him. Started shooting. This is how wild things used to be.
Oh, wow.
Started shooting. I thought, wrong house or something. You know what I mean? Thought it was about some money or something. Started shooting a gun at Fred. Fred went and retrieved his. He had 357. Got behind a tree. Changed fire. And shot the guy. He said he shot him in the. He thought he killed him immediately because blew him over into the. But you know what I mean? He shot him in the neck and the dude lived. You know what I mean?
Did they call the police?
Yeah.
Get arrested?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, dude. I know people down here. Good old boy. This is where Summer lives.
Yep.
Man, fucking bullshit.
I was here yesterday, and there was 2 cars leaving their driveway. One had a canoe on the top.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's about all I forgot about how he told about that story, but yeah, that's how Fred told me it happened too. That the guy, it was supposedly a case of mistaken identity. That's supposedly what happened. And the guy had his daughter with him. He literally had his daughter with him and started shooting at Fred's house with his daughter in the vehicle. And his daughter was trying to get him to stop. And Fred was too trying to tell him like he had the wrong dude, That's what Fred says anyway. So I'm only going by what he says. But unfortunately, like a lot of people, it has given Fred like a lot of, kind of a bad reputation on YouTube a little bit, because all they know is, oh, he shot a guy in the neck. But there's a background, you need context to it. The guy just shows up, yelling at Fred and then starts shooting at him with, what I mean? And he didn't, and Fred said that he's like, I was trying to freaking get him to stop. He had his daughter with him. And she was like, he told her to like dunk down. He's like, he could have freaking killed somebody. So he said, I tried everything I could. But yeah, that guy, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, I wish, I don't know if this guy would know, but he has ties to like David Bays and his, his family, his girlfriend's family. Maybe they could, or he could ask, JLR could ask him about the whole monkey thing. Because I want to hear if there's anybody, I want to hear if anybody else has heard about this story of monkeys being released. Maybe there was some monkeys that were released. He said something about, what mountain was that? He called it Little Mountain. Little Mountain. Maybe there was some monkeys released, and he said something like in 1944. And maybe Fred just like heard that story one time and now swears he hears monkeys, but he says he's seen them. I don't know, but I don't know. It would be interesting to hear other people's. I don't know. I don't see how they would survive either. Holler monkeys. Guy keeps mentioning something is out in the woods at night. Yeah. Jodisue in a fur coat. I'll give everybody a clue. That's who. I would like to talk to Brandon. I don't want to step on any toes or anything, but I don't know. Like I said, that it sounds like it's hard to get a hold of him. I could not catch what his last name was. I think he said it, but I couldn't find him on Facebook. And it sounds like he said that he didn't have Facebook, that his girlfriend does. Well, I don't know his girlfriend. I could probably figure it out. But I'm not trying to like step on anybody's toes. Even though I feel like nobody, I know how a lot of people are with this case. Like, they get kind of like territorial over people that they speak to. But see, like, I'm not like that. I don't think we own any of these people. I think it's the more the merrier. The more people that talk to these people, the better. It might bring a different perspective if a man talked to Fred. You know what I mean? Might bring a different perspective if a woman talked to Brandon. But of course, I would love to talk to Brandon and his girlfriend. It sounds like his girlfriend's from the area. But yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about here in a few is about Jodisue. I'll give you that clue. And it has to do, I'll give another clue. No, maybe I won't, but because Well, we'll just say it has to do with something Benny talked about a few days ago. Something around there, but I found some other stuff and I need your guys' help to find out if there's something to what I found. So yeah, that's what it's about. And it's pretty interesting, I feel like it is. So the last thing I'm going to play here on this video is when he mentioned something about the bones. Was it Sky News that interviewed Fred before? Because some of the stories, I don't think he was ever interviewed before. I think JLR would be cool with it. I think it's worth a try to talk to Brandon. I don't even know how you get in touch with him. I know Brandon said his mom watches YouTube. Yeah, if Brandon's mom or Brandon or his girlfriend hear this, please email me. My email goes through the chat every so often, and it's under every video. Anybody who has ties to the area or any, like, you know, anything that would help us, you know, kind of put puzzle pieces together or whatever. I mean, of course, always get a hold of law enforcement. That's the most important thing. If it's something that would, you know, make sure it's law enforcement has it. And I don't, you know, if it's anything that you're not supposed to be talking about, then obviously don't. But of course, I would love to. People would love to hear. I mean, there's so many people I could think of that we still have not heard of. I mean, or heard from. I hear like gunshots, which is really weird. So, sounds like gunshots anyways. Yeah, there's so many people that we have not heard from. I mean, man, family members, people have worked with Dawn, some other neighbors, there's there's several I want to talk to. I want to talk to Vicky Dykes. I want to talk to Bill Benton. Any of those people, please get a hold of me. Thought maybe it was fireworks. That's why I was like got quiet for a second to listen to see if I could hear like could tell. Yeah, no, she's not by the window, but okay, so let's listen to this other part real quick.
And police were looking for Dave?
Well, because they went up, they searched Auburn Hill, but they found some bones and but they was just, and they wanted to talk to locals like Fred and them, anybody on that road. That's what it was. But David says, no, there was a dog shot up there. You know, I think you got them.
Somebody shot
rabies
a dog?
or something.
Oh,
yeah.
rabies dog.
Yeah.
Is there wild dogs around here?
There's something around here. I don't know. Coyotes. Fucking, I don't know. I've never.
Got a truck coming.
Yep.
We'll go over here.
There's bears, coyotes. There's thingies that is unexplainable. You don't know. If there is a Bigfoot or something weird like that, it's probably back in there.
Know him?
No. I know these people. I get Banny roosters off of them. So Banny chickens. My kids are gonna come down. This is a very good people right here. And up over here, I got my horse when we go. I got my.
So if like, the sheriffs come back here at all?
No, cops don't come back here.
They don't come back here.
So I just wanted to play that part. I played it a little bit longer because I wanted to see if I couldn't remember if I think they talk about it a couple times. He doesn't, I don't even think that JLR would have probably realized that it's the same bones that, people gave me so much shit about. But it is. And the reason why I know that is because he mentioned David Bay's, and it was David Bay's property that the bones were found on. So for those who, there's some proof for some of those who want to act like it was all a lie, or, it was all something made up. It was definitely investigated. And I don't know even what happened with it, because like I said, and I played the phone call on here since people wanted to give me some, so much shit. I did check into it because they claimed they were going to get back a hold of me. I mean, I don't know why they would. I mean, who am I, But, the person I talked to said she assumed that nothing came of it because, she would know of it, but she didn't have any info. The only reason why I know that at least some were deer bone, was because of what I was told by Fred. And for those also saying, oh, Fred's a country boy, he would know what animal bones look like. Fred brought up a good point, like somewhat, or this last time that I talked to him. He's like, people keep thinking like, these bones were like, whole, big bones or something. He's like, I knew, and he did even tell me, this is true what I'm about to say that he said. He said, I knew that some of those were animal bones, but I didn't know like if all of it was, because they were smashed up in pieces. And I did remember when he said that he did mention to me that some for sure were animal bones. I haven't even listened to that live since the day I posted it. But to see if I do remember telling people it's more than likely animal bones. But I don't remember if I said, I don't know if I said that or not. I'm assuming I probably did if he said that. But anyways, he was just, and I mean, it makes sense to me that if you were going to hide bones, yeah, like mix them with some animal bones, some bigger animal bones. Then people would just think that it's animal bones. I don't know if like excited is a word. I was like freaked out by it, especially since like when I was told about it, I was trying to stay calm, just like how when he was telling me about the, what supposedly Don told Ricky Crawford about Summer. Several times I just was like, inside I'm like, oh my God. But like, I was just trying to remain calm. Like it was just but yeah, the bones thing, I don't know. I felt like it actually, if you listen back to that video, which I might have privated it, but I think I ended up unprivating it like several months later. So like somewhat recently. If you listen to it, I don't seem very concerned with it. And I really wasn't. I mean, that's why if I was really concerned with it, you would have definitely been able to tell in my voice. I would have been like, oh, freaking out, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But that's not at all how I was. Because the first thing you think when with something like that, the first thing you go to is not freaking human bones. That's not what you think. Nobody's going to think that. That doesn't even, I mean, because it's such a rare occurrence that you would just like run into human bones. But with the area and stuff, it was important to at least tell law enforcement, just in case, because you never know. But I mean, like, how many times has people ran into stuff like that before and thought, oh, it's just animal bones? Because that's what it normally would be, right? That's like what would nobody's mind goes there. So when he first said it, I was like, no, I really wasn't in a hurry to really go check it out or anything, or a hurry to drive to town and call police, because I didn't feel like it would have been anything that was, an emergency to call police about, because it figured, I don't know. I mean, the area that it was in, people had already been back there, but for sure, I would think, even though it seems like people are missing people's like bodies and, are found a lot of times real close to home, even after people have already searched there, which is crazy. I don't even know how that happens. Brandon also said he keeps his horse down at the lights. It got loose. Just wondering, is it the same horse that got loose during the news report? Oh, wow. Hey, Justin. And the rose thing being brought up, which saying Fred's lying. The pregnancy thing, I don't. The rose thing, I think, like, I think that's what he believed. I think he really, when I brought that up this time, even his wife was like, she was like, I could have sworn she lived down here for a little bit. You'll hear that when we get to that recording. It was the same thing that Fred said. He's like, I could have swore that she, because he brought it up himself, because he was talking about like some of the hate that he had heard from YouTube. And he's like, he's about the Rose Blythe thing. He's like, he was like, people think that, the Rose thing was like right before Summer went missing. No, this was forever ago. But I think that, I don't think it was, in my opinion, but of course everybody has their own opinion, I don't think it was an intentional lie by either of them. I think it was truly what they thought, or they're getting something confused. The pregnancy thing, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's true. I really do. I just do. There was rumors about this for a while. Give me some of it. No. Don't put dressing on it. I am. No, what kind? Don't put tons on it. Just in case you don't eat it all. Hey, I see you. But I don't know. When I think about it, I mean, Fred's memory, I think, is probably better than most. I mean, definitely when you listen to his wife's the conversation we had, I shouldn't say interview, it's more like conversation. You'll notice like a difference, but Fred, which Ben Hill is his grandfather on his dad's side. His dad is Ronald. Fred Hill, and Ronald's dad is Ben Hill, who the road was named after. But his wife, Laura, she's lived there for a while, at least 15, 20 years, more about 15 years for sure. I don't know. It just seems like Fred's memory is better. She doesn't, and he just seems to know people much better and stuff. I think he gets out more, and he works on people's vehicles. He trains horses, So, anyways, I just feel like if I was in that position, I mean, I would get things wrong. I get things confused all the time. So I don't think that people should be so hard on somebody for getting something wrong from 20 years ago or 15 years ago. He truly believed that. Who knows who he's thinking of, but, but there's a lot of stuff that is definitely panned out to be true. Okay. So what you guys have all been waiting for, and I'll go ahead. Let's see. Maybe I'll play it off Benny's channel because he has it kind of edited already. Just a little clip of when he played that clip of. See, maybe if I type in Benny Keys, Jodisue, Brown, because we'll actually, I don't want to change the. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. So I'm just going to do a little refresher real quick. Has to do with the same thing that Benny was talking about. And I'm sorry, I'm not picking on Jodisue and stuff. I don't know why. In a way, I feel kind of bad for her that she's, so much of a spotlight has been put on her. But I realize that there's a reason, So I do feel kind of bad, but at the same time, like, it's so hard to not point out things that are very, like, set off, like, red flags and stuff. This could totally be, this is more than likely, like, totally unrelated to Summer, but it still, like, seems shady. Let's see here. Okay, it's not this video. It was a few days ago. I had sent, hold on. Here it is. So I had told, I didn't tell Benny about this. This is correct right here. So I was talking to Penny about this, that I had, might as well just say it, ran the plate off that Xterra, and it came back to a silver Kia, okay? But I told Penny that I didn't know if I really wanted. I know that there was a couple other people that knew about this. It wasn't just me, but nobody had told me. I found it out for myself. But once I talked to somebody, they had told me that a couple other people found that too. It doesn't say the owner, just that the license plate that was on that yellow Xterra, I looked it up myself, came back to the silver Kia Soul, which is interesting because that's the car that Fred calls the box car. He says he calls it, it looks like a box. And that's the car that he claims he saw Andy in the day Summer went missing. I think that's what he said. I believe that's the vehicle. Anyways, that vehicle is no longer in that family's possession at all. It did go, I think it got repossessed. And I think Jodisue says that. And I don't, her having those plates on the Xterra, I mean, it's not that big a deal, to be honest. I mean, I know it's not exactly legal, but I'd be lying if I said I hadn't done something, done that before but I do it if I buy a car off somebody, and I need to bring that car over to my house or take it to the license or the Department of Motor Vehicles to register in my name. And you're allowed to do that. You have a certain time period you can do that, but that's only, it's not for months later. Okay, you can't just like put your old vehicle's plates on your car and keep it there for months later and drive it like that. The thing concerning about that vehicle there, though, is the fact that it was a yellow Xterra. I drove by the place myself, and on my own, by myself, and I saw it with my own eyes. It's right on a main road. It's not like she's trying to hide it. And I'm sure there was a few others that did too, that, during her vigil. I mean, a lot of people probably passed it on the way to the vigil. But whose Xterra is this? That's like the concerning thing. It's like, why do we keep hearing about a yellow Xterra? Penny does a good job. It's funny because I told Penny, she's like, well, I told her I didn't want to, like, I didn't know if I wanted to do it right then. And so, yeah, I just told her, if they wanted to, that's fine, whatever. And I sent the video I had. But it was funny because I didn't, like, literally, Benny went live with it within like minutes of me telling them about it, which is fine. But he did a good job putting the two videos together. I want to show you that first, and then he kind of goes over, he shows the barrel video because it's like, you see in the background there, the Xterra, or a yellow Xterra at the Wells. But then we have Dudley claiming that he had a yellow Xterra, and then that one was his. Like, do Dudley and Jodisue know each other? Dudley doesn't even really have many ties to Rogersville, does he? What's actually going on here? Let's see. Let's rewind it where he plays the video. And I'm playing the one he shows because it's edited a little bit so that you don't like see her whole, so it doesn't really dox her. Mine would probably dox her or be easier to tell, and plus, I'll just say this too. The information I got tonight was by Jodisue's own video. It wasn't from this. I will say that right now. It wasn't from driving by it, so it was from her own video. And also in that own video that she does after Benny goes live about this, in that same video, she puts out the license plate. I was able to pause it perfectly on the license plate. So she put the license plate out herself. And anybody, if that video is still up, can go see the license plate. His wife said he's still driving the yellow Xterra. She said she bought it from a car lot. Okay. Yeah. Penny was, or Fizzle, sorry, was very, you know, worried about like making sure to, you know, we were trying to figure out how to edit it. But anyways, here, let's watch a second of this. So some of you guys might not know what I'm talking about, but it's pretty big deal in my opinion. I know it's not like really my business and stuff, but I mean, honestly, Jodisue is making it everybody's opinion or everybody's business because like she didn't have to go outside and show it. And that's the only reason I was able to get the information that I got off the vehicle I'm not talking about the license plate, and I'll show you guys in a bit, because you can't get any information about the yellow Xterra off the license plate because it's not the yellow Xterra's license plate. It's the Kia's. And I don't know. I haven't even looked into that as enough to see even who. I haven't been able to find who the owner comes up as the Kia. It should come back to a Bernard, Andy Bernard or his parents, I would think. Okay, let's watch it.
Let's film the trailer Grandis lives in. She's a suspect. Let's film Don and them at work. They suspects. So is Jodisue. Oh, got a problem, S.A. What you mean, Keys? What you mean, my guy? Wait a minute. Say it ain't so. What do you mean it's a yellow Xterra outside of Jodisue trailer? Hell no, fam. Say it ain't so. Sure was a yellow Xterra. This here is taken during the vigil. This just happened. Jody, you in trouble, dog. Let me show you why. The license plate on that there truck, which is this. Oi. Got a problem here, Bubba. Oi. And I'm saying it's probably many problems because Fred Hill said on the day Summer went missing, he was driving a silver Kia Soul. This license plate right here is the license plate from the silver Kia Soul. How you know, Benny? Damn! On the 19th of February, she sold that hoe. Traded it in something. A problem, man. So you got an Xterra at Jodisue's that's got the same plate as the silver Kia Soul. So he took the plate off the Soul, got this Xterra from somewhere. Let's talk about lotto odds really, really quick.
Okay, so that's a good view of the Xterra that was on Dawn's property. Now, one thing that Dawn did say to me, which is interesting, and I need to find it, and maybe somebody's heard it. I think it was, maybe somebody knows where it is in the freaking jumbled mess of my videos. Maybe because somebody, I think I hit the freaking stream deck while that was playing. Did you hear a cow moo? Okay. There's more to this, okay? More that gets like even crazier. And I'm wondering how deep this goes. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe you guys can figure it out. I'm kind of at a crossroad. I don't know, or I'm kind of at a halt. But Dawn said something to me one time in a phone call, and I think it's on my channel somewhere. If it's not, like, I need to upload all those calls by themselves, and I'm going to. I'm first getting all the audio out from, I got all the Fred interview or audio out from this last time, but I need to get out his wife's too. After that, I'm going to start working on older videos and put them in short videos so that people can access like easier. Because I don't even know how to find anything. But maybe somebody remembers or knows where it's at. Don mentioned to me in one phone call that he was going to let Jodisue borrow a car or have a car or something like that. Like he was going to let her he mentioned something like that. Like he was going to let her borrow a vehicle, or I remember it. I remember, like, I even asked him, I said, was she going to pay you for it? I'm thinking it was in the phone call that I had with him that he talked about Allie's 12-year-old daughter having a body from hell, which is freaking so weird. I see her in pictures, that on Allie's Facebook or wherever. I'm like, how can somebody say that about her? She's like, it's obvious that she's a 12-year-old girl. Like does not look, 18 or something. No, she's like, and she's built like a 12-year-old girl. So weird. Like no mistaken. And I'm like, how does an old man, old man in comparison to her, I don't want anybody to be offensive, but if in comparison to her, how does an old man look at a 12-year-old girl that is not even matured in any way and be like, say that they have a body from hell? Like, okay, thanks. He had to be corrected by Candace, and Candace was sitting right there and acted like it was normal talk at the Wells house. He had to be corrected by Candace when he said that she was 13. Candace was like, no, she's 12. He's like, oh, she's 12. 12. I'm like, oh my God, I was dying inside. I could not, like, that's another time I was like wanting to be like, holy shit, and freak out. But I was just trying to keep my composure to see what else I could get from this weirdo. Anyways, I remember, I think it was that same call. He mentioned something about he was going to, though I thought he said I don't think it happened. He said he was going to let her have a vehicle because she didn't have one. So I think it is the same vehicle, but he didn't say that he did. So now you notice how, we think things don't matter at the time. Like there's so many things like that that's come up in this case over the past, year that we've been following it that we didn't think were a big deal at the time. The pool, like, kids swimming in the pool, like nobody thought anything of that. Later, people are like, where is that pool? Now this yellow Xterra, nobody really, I don't know. Yellow Xterra has been kind of a topic of interest on and off, basically for the whole time, this whole year. But, little things like Jody or him mentioning something about he was going to let Jodisue borrow a vehicle because she didn't have one. And now it's just starting to be like, make sense. Like, oh my God, is it the yellow Xterra? Which, probably not a big deal, but where did this yellow Xterra come from? Dudley said that's his yellow Xterra. So, and from what I hear from you guys, from the interview on Prairie Gardens, I didn't listen to it, but supposedly he said that his wife said that he's still driving that vehicle. Okay. Do Dudley and Jodisue know each other? Jodisue's got ties to that area pretty much. Her whole life has grown up in that area pretty much. But not Dudley. Dudley's actually from Louisiana, right? Do we ever hear how or when Jodisue got to the creek? Candace is Facebook friends with Bear's dad. Oh, really? Yeah, that's what he called her, Bear. So now this vehicle could have like no significance. But I can't believe I'm going to bring up a psychic again. I know I try to stick to facts, but that freaking interview, or not that interview, that freaking reading over on what's his name? Anthropot, whatever his name is. I don't know. I'm going to say Ant for short. With him and that lady that was on there, like, just has stuck with me because it just matched so much. Who knows? They probably might have, watched YouTube and heard some things, like, I don't know. But there was the thing brought up about the baby. They mentioned that there was 2 kids kidnapped. They feel like there was 2, or not kidnapped, but there was 2 given away. Well, now, we hear, something about other kids has been in the background with this case from the very beginning about Candace having other babies. It's something that's always been talked about. It's not something new. So the fact that Fred doubles down this time and says, yes, like she was pregnant. And yes, I got that vehicle right there from Dawn a month or 2 before Summer went missing. It was a non-working vehicle, but the significance of that is that he went up to Dawn's 110 with his wife Laura, and both of them saw Candace pregnant, about to freaking pop any day now. Then, another thing mentioned in that reading, which is now like seems, to me, I don't know, weird coincidence at least, is about a vehicle that the cops are missing a key evidence, a vehicle. What if it's this yellow vehicle? Where is that yellow freaking vehicle? Dudley says it's his, but is it? Did Dudley is Dudley keeping over at Jodisue's? What is going on? Then I hear that after, her this license plate comes out. I don't know if it's true, but this is what I heard. You know how things go around on these YouTube streets. We hear all kinds of stuff. So I heard that she immediately changed that license plate I mean, the yellow Xterra sticks out like a sore thumb. There's no hiding it. Unless she's moving that yellow Xterra, like, people are going to know. I mean, she didn't really try to hide it. So, but a lot of times people, it makes me think, like, or wonder, well, it's right out there for everybody to see. So it's probably nothing. Like, if it was something that, of any type of significance or anything to do with the case, it'd probably be better hidden. But what is that saying about is the best way to hide things is in plain view, which is so true. It is. It's so true. I just really want to know where Jodisue got this yellow vehicle. And even if it's weird. We have 3 yellow freaking Xterras. Now that's 3 of them. 3 yellow Xterras in this case. Oh, and I know what I was going to show on this video. So we have Dudley, yellow Xterra, the one that was on Don Wells' property, Xterra, and now Jodisue. But yet Dudley says that yellow Xterra that was on Don's was his. Was it really his? Is he confused, or is he not being truthful, or what? I don't see why he would have to be untruthful, but you never know, I guess. I don't know. It's weird, guys. And Jodisue showed this license plate herself, so it's it's not registered to her anyways, but still it doesn't give any, like, personal information when you run it, besides just says Kia Soul, Silver Kia Soul, that I found. Anyways, okay, here, let me pause it, see if I can pause it.
What you mean, Keys? What you mean, my guy?
I'm trying to stop it. Looks like Benny took serious. I told him to grow his hair out, and I think he really is. Okay. That we've got a red truck. Okay, we got 2 vehicles of interest. Well, I can't say they're vehicles of interest. Allegedly, possibly, coincidentally, I'll say this is all my opinions, and nothing I'm saying is for sure fact. This is all for you guys just to hear and take in and decide, take in what you want and just, whatever. Do with it as you please. Disregard it, whatever. That red truck, too, is so weird. We've got a yellow Xterra and that red truck that's been such a a spotlight in this case. I mean, surely law enforcement has checked into this red truck, I would think. I mean, it's right there, and I would think, like, it's just weird because Fred and his wife first of all, claim that they heard both of them say the same story at different, I talked to them at separate times this time about how, Jodisue mentions how nobody will recognize that truck without the ladder X. Like, what an odd thing to say. Like, she says, like, nonchalantly, oh, nobody's going to recognize, or how are they going to recognize it without the ladder X? Okay, odd. 2 days after they said it, well, a few days, I guess I'll say around a few days after I was at Fred's, like that first trip in January, they broke down. Well, Laura broke down at the end of Ben Hill Road, close to like, to 110. And I don't know if Jodisue was passing or what, but she ended up giving a ride to her in that red truck days after I had just left. Still driving around that red truck. I don't know. I just feel like I was listening to, I feel like that she was sitting down there. Like I said, it just fits in with my theory that Jodisue was like staking out, kind of stalking their driveway, waiting for Candace and her mother to get home that day. And she was probably, we're talking about a long hike to get down to the, bottom of that driveway. And it's very treacherous. I'm guessing she probably drove a vehicle down there every time she'd go down to Ben Hill. My assumption is that she was in that red truck sitting down there, and that's who spotted the red truck. That's how the red truck was spotted, because she was just sitting there waiting for Candace and Candy to get home that day. I'm trying to get out of the habit of saying Grandis, since, it's very difficult, but I'm trying, just because I'm trying to be respectful, because I know she doesn't like it. So no matter how people feel about her, she's still, my elder, and I don't know, like, honestly, my theories, I just am not really leaning towards Candy having any type of, I don't think she is guilty of anything. I for a while did, and then until I was reminded to watch her interview again and pay attention that, Candy never lied. She never lied because she never talked. She was avoiding it. I just think she never talked because she was avoiding having to lie. She didn't want to lie to everybody. She didn't want to mess it up. There's, I feel like, she might know. I feel like that Candace and Dawn were trying to get her to lie, and she didn't want to lie about the day. So she just stayed out of the spotlight. But when you hear her talk, listen to her. Like, yeah, she's sounding, I don't know, she seems nervous. She doesn't mention going to the swimming hole, because now we know she wasn't, well, we don't know that for a fact that she wasn't there, but it sure seems like it. But Grandma didn't lie. She said, she didn't mention anything about swimming. Technically, she hasn't lied that I can think of. She just didn't talk. But I do hear that she's very much in communication with TBI. I don't know if that's true, but I hear she is. And I hear that's part of the issue, the disdain between Candace and her mother. So that Grandma is not going to lie, is not wanting to lie for Candace and won't lie for Candace. And Candace is mad. Okay, Justin, what am I missing here? Yeah, don't remove or time out people that are, if people are respectfully saying their opinions, don't time them out, please, or remove them, because that's what this channel is supposed to be about, is allowing people their opinions, which I know it's difficult sometimes, like, but as long as people are, not straight out, it's okay. Like, if somebody's like, I mean, if they're calling people names or something, no matter who it is, or doxing, obviously any type of like racial slurs or anything like that. But if it's something that you're unsure of, just delete the comment instead of like timing them out. But if you're unsure, but obviously I trust my mods and stuff. I just want people to be able to state their opinions. Oh, really? Well, she's allowed to be. She can be in the chat. I just you couldn't have struck his video, Jodisue, because so Jodisue said, and if you show my Xterra or BK's video on it, I will strike your channel just like I did his. Well, Jodisue, in order for you to do that, you have to own the vehicle. I will, if you would ask, I would gladly take out this part and edit it out, but you don't own that vehicle, do you? Plus, you don't own that license plate. So the person that would have to strike me is the owner of the Xterra or the license plate. And actually, you wouldn't strike me. You would do a privacy complaint, and then they would give me a chance to edit it out. I know how this works. Thank you, Benny. I know you wouldn't care. I just far past her attempted strike. Yeah, it would be a privacy complaint, and that's only if you own those, or whoever owns those vehicles would have to do it. But because I'm a nice person, I would edit it out anyways if it bothered you. But it's going to really bother you what I'm about to say. I don't think this is what you should be really worried about. I think having the Kia Soul license plate on the yellow Xterra is pretty low on the totem pole compared to where where did you get the Kia Soul, or not the Kia Soul, the Xterra. Okay. And then she said, all right, Ziggy, I'm reporting it, and you doxing my fam, home, etc. BK's video. Have a nice day. Okay. You can't strike somebody. That's a copyright. Anyways, I really don't think she can, guys. She doesn't own any of that stuff that's there. However, I will edit it out, but anyways, I really didn't even need to show this. There's no identifying info besides that. Really, the license plate is not even identifying. It's an old license plate. How can you tell about how they're different? Different. I don't know. I don't think you can, Leela. I saw how somebody pointed out, like, the bars at the top, even if they are different, it still does not explain where she got it, because and she only has herself to blame for that, because she was such in a hurry to try to, like Fizzle says, and she is Fizzle's so wise. she said that how she put it? That she was, maybe I could see her text here. I mean, kind of I don't know why, but kind of in a way I feel bad for a small part of me feels bad for Jodisue, but in the other part of me, I'm like the bigger part of me is like, but she's doing it to herself, and she does seem suspect. And at this point, I don't think it's a drug thing. Like as far as hiding drug activity, I think it's something more. But that's my opinion. What was it that? Oh, there's. She said to me, because it just. Oh yeah, she's saying that she put the plate on there to F with people because the Kia Soul was repoed and went without the plates. She said in her live like that. I heard her say that the plates went with it, and that's what, and that there's no way that's the Kia Soul plates. But like, I'm not really, honestly, I'm not really concerned about her having different plates on the vehicle. I mean, I am kind of wondering why they got rid of the Kia Soul. Like, I know it was repoed, but was that purposefully, or is there a reason? Let's see. She said Jodisue is so prideful she made a video next to the car, went straight over the VIN. LMAO. She exposed this information herself. She exposed the license plate on it. She exposed the VIN number. I don't think she realized it, but a VIN number is like a fingerprint, and it traces everything. It's like a person's, like a fingerprint. A person's, it's unique to that vehicle. It was an absolute clear. I could not freaking believe it. I seriously could not believe it. I could, it was like, it was literally so clear. It was like somebody went over to the vehicle and just snapped a picture of the VIN number. That's how clear it was when I, once I had it, or once I was sent this screenshot, because I had not seen that video, but I know that there was a few people trying to see if they could see the VIN number. But yeah, somebody was able to pause it perfectly, and they're able to, if they want to say who they are themselves, maybe they'll, but I don't think it's, it doesn't really matter. Like, Jodisue put it out there. She was so prideful that she went out there and showed the vehicle. The license plate was shown. Like, I was able to pause it right where you could see the whole license plate. And it was definitely the same license plate that was in the video. Yeah, you don't have to time out Jodisue. Just let her talk. We are talking about her, so she should have a reason. She should be able to talk back. So please don't time her out. Delete the comments if they're like real bad, but let her talk. That's not cool. I understand why she's mad. I'm not picking on her. It's just like, and that's why, there's a reason why I've waited. I've known about the whole VIN number situation since this day that Benny did this live. I ran the VIN number. It's hard to get a name. I was able to get a name of who is supposedly owned the vehicle at one time. I don't know if it's the last owner, but it's not a name that I recognize. However, I'll just go ahead and show it. There's no private information on this. Let me just triple check. Okay. I don't know how many times I've swore I edited something and then it was not. So this is the information I got from Been Verified. She said, okay, so Jodisue said the exterior was bought from a lot. I have papers in the safe, signed, not swapped. The video itself doxes my fam, shows how to get to my home. It's like a 2-second clip. She says also, you're truly an idiot who never knows shit except how to F up Summer's case. I mean, you're the one that exposed your VIN number. I mean, if we're gonna like name call, like I really could. Okay, thank you. Somebody sent me a link here of Dudley's Xterra, which that's gonna be okay. So, anybody see any issues here with what comes up when you run the VIN number? Unfortunately, there is no more information I have than what you see in front of you. However, if there is anything, I mean, I'm sure somebody will find out. I'm the idiot, but I sure as hell would not like show the VIN number of a vehicle that had been reported stolen. Not saying this just means that the vehicle was reported stolen at one time. However, so that doesn't mean that it's a stolen vehicle. Let me just say, allegedly, this is my opinion, and this is what came up. Hold on. Okay, at the top here, it says date of theft. Okay, it was reported on, there's no other information. It was reported on April 15th, 2015. Okay, but the odd thing about that, here's like the title, what the heck? Okay, oops, okay. Never mind. Okay, good thing. I was sitting there showing another screenshot. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't redact it, but no, I did. I was looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the original. I'm like, oh no. Okay. Okay, good thing. Anyways, okay, it says one theft reported on April 15th, 2015 in Montana. Okay, now for the title records, I'm not saying this is on one of those paid background sites, and they're not always they don't always have the most latest and greatest of info. But I do find it very interesting that the last title issue date was February 6th of 2015 on this record, okay? And nothing was after that. No issue date of any title. However, it was reported stolen April 15th of 2015. So if you did get it off the lot, I would question where they got it, just in case. You put out the VIN number, don't be mad at me, but just saying. I don't know. Maybe you can, it should be very easy for you to explain away. I don't know why you would be mad. You can make me look really dumb and just show people whatever. I don't know what proof you could show. Registration, maybe, if you cover up like certain, personal information. Like I said, this is just, I'm not saying 100% fact. It just looks shady. There was a guy who have been trying to get a hold of, who is tied to this vehicle. There was a name that did come up. I will tell you the first name. His name is Carl, Carl. And I believe it is the person that had it right here in 2015. And I am trying to get a hold of him. I'm trying to find some record of the vehicle stolen in 2015. Something about a yellow Xterra in Montana. So that's a little bit. Now, it's not like the Carl, the YouTuber. Bought from ELP. Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of this guy, but, I'm not having real luck, but I don't know. As you can see, here's the record of, it says, what, MN, is that Maine or Minnesota, probably? Minnesota, maybe? North Dakota, Montana, then North Dakota and Montana. And I believe, so the title issue date, I think he had, the same person had the vehicle for these dates. Maybe not in 2005, but I think like he titled it when he would move to Montana and back to North Dakota and then Montana. That's why I don't think it was actually sold at these times. But I really just am trying to get a hold of this guy to see if he had a stolen Xterra in 2015. And that's another weird thing, okay? And that's something too, with something I think Justin had talked about is Brad. Brad and his father have ties to, some very sus activity with vehicles, like used car lots, money laundering, stuff like that. And there's a rumors going around. Who was it that said that? I don't think it came from Justin. Was somebody that told me? Oh, it was the source that told me. Oh, shit. Sorry. Hold on. I just saw that text. To the person that texted me, I'm sorry. I just now saw it. 1 second. If it's too late, I understand. But 1 second. We might have a special guest. But and I might also pull up that text that I got from somebody who is a local and has heard, you know, claims that everybody knows of Brad's, like, they know who he is because he's got a really horrible reputation. And Justin had found ties to Jodisue and Brad. Think about it. Jodisue, if you're still in here, can you please address, if you don't mind, can you please address when you really met Brad? Because that whole thing is shady as can be, too. I mean, you cannot tell me that you're a local in Beach Creek and you never freaking knew Brad before Summer went missing. I don't believe it. You have lived there your whole life. Hey.
Jodisue in here?
She was, but I don't know if she still is. I hope nobody like blocked her.
I just don't want her to see me. I'm trying to hide from her, man. She's on my heels.
So she tried to strike you?
No, when?
Oh, she said that she's going to strike me like she struck you.
She didn't strike me
on that video.
Yeah, no, she gave me a private. She gave me a privacy strike, but that was like days ago. It didn't work, so didn't show anything other than the fact that she had the wrong plate on the truck.
Right.
Yeah, and
it would have to be her plate.
Absolutely. And I also want to say, fine job with the with that VIN there. Like, that was just phenomenal. How we, like, how silly can you be?
I know. Are we able to say who got that or not? Or do you know? I don't know. I'm sure you know.
I mean, it like nowadays it's like common practice to have a video recorder while you drive for your insurance. So it's like, it doesn't have to be anything nefarious for somebody to drive down the road.
Maybe you don't know. I thought you would freaking know because the person. Anyways.
Where did it come out first at?
Huh? Well, who came out with the VIN number?
No. Who came out with the whole video of the car and all that stuff first?
That's my video. I sent it to Penny to send to you.
Oh. I would have never told on us.
Well, actually, I didn't send it to him. I didn't send it to her for you to do the video. I just I showed it to her, and then I was like kind of debating if I wanted to, if I wanted to say anything about it yet, or if I wanted to even talk about it. And then we just were talking, and she's like, well, I know Benny would like. and I don't know. I was like, yeah, screw it, whatever. And I didn't want to at the time. Yeah, it's my video, but yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people that have video of driving by there. I mean, it's right on a main road.
Absolutely. But I do want to, I want to tell you, good on you for going through and getting more on that VIN number, and it just starts to paint a picture. You've got this, you've got that. It's, it's just, to me, you can really see the deflection, right? Like she'll kind of go out there and blow off and make fun of the whole thing. But meanwhile, she's also, got things wrong with the vehicle, right? Like the Joker's got an illegal plate on it, so on and so forth. It's got a theft on its record. So,
yeah, I don't know. That theft is, that's really doesn't look good. I don't know. I wish I could get a hold of this guy. I mean, that's why I couldn't find anything else. So I figured maybe somebody else could. If the VIN number was got from her video, 100% from her video.
Correct.
And it was not me that got it, but I don't
it was me that got it.
Credit where credit's due, but it was, they were just able to pause it right there. And because I was talking to the person man, I wish we could get that VIN number because it would, it's like a fingerprint. I mean, Absolutely. It was not that video. You put that video out and it worked. I mean, it was not even, I couldn't believe it. She went over there, she showed it herself. When the person told me that Jodisue showed it herself, I was like, no way. No.
It's like fishing with a bare hook, Ziggy. I mean, what are you going to do? You catch that fish with the same bare hook over and over and over and over. Like, you know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah,
But thank you for having me up. I just wanted to
either. She just
I wanted when I heard the rest of the dang on the theft stuff on there, I was like, yeah, imagine that. Like, I swear in my third eye, I was like, watch when we get this VIN stuff, it's gonna have a theft on it. And man, sure enough, like it's just some really extra methy, stuff going on or
and
something.
then you think of Brad, like he has this type of background in the vehicles and stuff. And like, how did Brad and Jodisue really meet? I mean, yeah, I know Penny says that it was from her. I'm sorry, I know I still call her Penny. But it's just habit.
No, I mean, it is what it is.
Maybe, I mean, she would have had to know him. If you've been down there, you see everybody knows everybody everybody knows everybody there.
And it's not just that they know each other. It's like they know what their favorite food is, like what that time they peed their pants in grade school. Like they know all that about each other. And it's like, it's convenient when, it's convenient when everybody knows everything in the holler and then a little girl goes missing. And all of a sudden it's that same old thing. Nobody don't know nothing now. Nobody know, they don't remember what color it was. They don't remember which way it went. Nobody doesn't remember nothing when it's serious business about a little girl, but when it's about that dope or whatever dope they're pushing at the time, like everybody's into it. All hands on deck, all eyes, and it's really a sad testament, right? Like, Jodisue was snitch on a 32-piece dinner to the feds, but not help bring a little girl home. And she says
that's true.
She's been doing stuff like misleading us on purpose. She's been misleading YouTube where they know tips and things have been generated. She's misleading it on purpose. So as to what? I don't know. But anyways, thank you for having me. And hey, for all your supplemental needs, please visit Gaspari Nutritional Online. Thank you so much.
He just dropped like that? What the heck? I needed to ask him something. Now I forgot it though. So, but I was going to ask him, what was it? Now I can't remember, but I kept thinking like trying to wait for a time. There was something he brought up about, now it's going to bug me. Damn it. There was something I was going to ask him. It was important at the time, I felt like, but I mean, it had something to do with all this. Oh, he was saying like she purposely misleading everybody. And it is true. Like, what's the deal with that? Everybody would have it's her own fault, like that she's out there and people are talking about her. I mean, none of the other neighbors are out there like that. I mean, I had to go to Fred to get him to talk, Nobody else is like really pushing to talk. And had she just like, I mean, that's fine. That's like, I mean, it's fine if she wants to talk, that's great. But like, be honest, what's going on? It makes you look so sus. Like, why are you, first of all, the other thing about saying that Fred, you paid Fred to lie to me. Why are you lying? Your own behavior is what is making you like look so suspicious. If you would have just, I mean, it's not everybody, you're blaming everybody else. You're blaming YouTubers, and every YouTuber you think like you're smarter than, that we're all every one of us that has said anything negative about you, all of us are just really dumb, so dumb. But every one of us, how could every single one of us be just so stupid? We're so stupid. We all have little nicknames and stuff, but like, you're not placing blame on the one person whose fault it really is, and that's yours. if you really know something, Jodisue, I'm just asking you. I feel like you're scared about something, and like so, and a part of me, I really do sympathize. I know that you are really pissed at me right now, probably really hate me right now, are mad. But it's important to, as adults, that we take accountability for things that are our own fault. And I mean, I've done stupid shit before. I mean, I could have, like I had said before, my theory before was because of your suspect behavior is that you had maybe sold something to Candace or fronted something to Candace. Why were you waiting for Candace and her mother to get home that day? Were you sitting down there at the end of the drive or around that area right near Beach Creek waiting for Candace to get home that day in that red truck? Why did you make a comment about people wouldn't recognize the red truck without the ladder racks? Why would you say things like that? Like, there's no a joke, or I mean, joke, that's like not a joke. This is a missing girl, okay? Why have you been dishonest? You know that scream didn't happen, or that you're not being honest about it and are you having your kids be dishonest too? I knew, I don't feel like, well, I guess I shouldn't say, that scream didn't happen. I don't know that, but I shouldn't say that because I don't know, but I even have said, like, I try to look at things from other people's perspectives. Okay. Everybody, I've talked about how I used to be addicted to pills, like in my 20s. Okay. And I even said that it very well could have been, me, like when I was talking about, my theories and stuff, like, how does Jodisue fit in this? Like, why is she suspect? Why does she seem like she's scared? I thought, like, possibly the very first thing that popped in my head is, like, I thought she was afraid to get in trouble for some kind of drug activity. Well, like, surely, I mean, I wouldn't think she would be worried about that. They're not gonna, like, arrest you, like, for things you did a year ago or whatever. They're more worried about finding Summer. And I don't know, this is just a theory, guys. Like, if you sold something that maybe Summer got into, I don't know. The way you're acting just seems so suspect. I mean, that's what, and you get mad at people for their theories and you think it's so stupid and silly, but, like, why are you acting that way? Why are you acting so suspect? Why are you lying? When people lie, they're covering something. You are covering something. What? And I even said, like, because of my addiction in my 20s, it could have been very well me that sold something to somebody, and somebody's kid could have got into it and passed away. It doesn't make you a bad person, okay? But what makes you a bad person is if you know something, in my opinion. It's still, in my opinion, I'm not saying you can't change. I know that you've had a rough, like, time. You've been in a bad situation where you've been in a relationship that you were kind of stuck in, it sounds like to me. Maybe there was some addiction issues, and addiction is one of those things that's it binding, like a lot of times women can't get away from their abuser because their abuser is the one that gives them the money they need for their habit or whatever. And it's just horrible cycle. I don't know what exactly was going on. I just wish that if you knew something that you would just like be honest, especially if it's just something like, I mean, I think you should be honest no matter what, obviously, not to us, to law enforcement. That's what's most important. But like Fred straight up and told me that he told the cops that he uses drugs. Like they don't care about that, if that's what your worry is. But I feel like there's something more. Like it wouldn't make sense like why you would lie. That's why it makes me think that, you know, you saw something and that you have to, the only reason why I would think you would have to cover for it, and I'm saying you because, yeah, I'm sitting here, I feel like she might not even be watching, but I'm not being like heartless. I understand like shit happens. Things can happen in a split freaking second. Things happen in a second to any of us that could change our life forever. People panic all the time and cover things up that they shouldn't because they panic. But what doesn't make sense there's a lot that doesn't make sense about Jodisue. There's a lot. And I don't think if she's gonna have this, her channel and all that, where she talks about the case, like, so, and puts this stuff out there and stuff that's easily debunked, like people are going to talk about it. People are going to comment on it. You can't be mad. I mean, really, like if it was me and I was the one, I mean, if I was Jodisue and I, you know, went outside and just because, you know, being prideful or whatever, and I showed the vehicle, like, you know, who gives a fuck? Here's the vehicle, like, so. But if I was stupid enough to show the VIN number, I would be like, I wouldn't be mad at the people who were looking into the VIN number. I would be like, man, I'm freaking such a dumbass. What a stupid mistake, you know? I mean, surely she wouldn't have like a stolen vehicle like right there in her drive, like when she's one of the key people in the case, but I don't know. It's all weird. And I really did want to help Jodisue. You know, at one point, but when I got to a point of feeling like I felt like I was being dishonest, I don't like that feeling. I wasn't being dishonest, but I felt like I was being deceitful. I guess that's a better word. By not saying exactly like my true feelings on things. I should have, like, the second I started feeling like that, I should have said something. But I didn't. I waited like a week or two. I think I can't remember exactly. But why? I mean, gosh, there's so many questions. I could go on and on. Why between the times of about 3:30 to about 5:30-ish or 6:30, was it 3:30 or I think it's 5:30. But there was the 2 to 3 hours. I'm thinking it was at least 2 hours Why between those times, like from about 3:30 to 5:30ish, why did you're at home, supposedly, and you were texting back and forth with Andy like all day. But between those times, it took you an hour to respond each time. Why was that? I mean, I know why I think it was. What was going on? Oh, was that all staged messages? Because now I feel like both you and Andy know about what happened. Well, which is crazy because, I mean, why were you trying? I don't know. Why are you so worried about covering up for him? I mean, I know the guy's like I know he is family because you've been with him your whole life. I understand, but also you would be safe from him if he was in jail or prison. Like you wouldn't have to worry about him. Your kids would be safe. That's like top priority. You should be like, I would think, happy because, I mean, your son had to get a protective order. He would be safe. He wouldn't have to worry about him. So why are you trying to protect him? It seems like just very odd. I mean, of course, I think it's important that you're honest, even if that means like in his favor or not. If he wasn't on Ben Hill Road that day, he wasn't on that road. I'm not trying to get you to say different, but what? Somebody sent me a email. I mean, I feel like, I know it's got to be, I'm sure she is going through, I mean, I can't even imagine what she's going through, but I but the thing is, it's like, it's hard to feel sorry for her when she's doing a lot of this to herself. I feel sorry. I feel bad for her because I know how I mean, first of all, I know like how it would, I'm just trying to I always do that. I try to put myself in other people's shoes. I can't even imagine, even with her being in my opinion, at fault for a lot of the stuff that's coming to her. But even then, because I don't know. I mean, I do know that anybody's life can change in a blink of an eye. And, you know, and we don't know what happened. But it just feels like she knows something. Anything can happen in a blink of an eye. Is she in a situation where she's scared to say something? That's what it feels like. I know there's some people out there that know what happened to her. I feel like Candace definitely knows, in my opinion, allegedly. All this time and energy and fighting and resources spent on trying to find her, when freaking Candace knows where she's at. Why don't you fucking talk? Tell us what happened. It's your freaking child. If you did something, if you gave her away, if you freaking sold her, if whatever happened, say it. If something happened to my daughter and I accidentally, or if something happened, I would, oh my gosh, if I don't even think I'd be alive to tell about it, because I would not be able to, but I would gladly go to prison the rest of my life. I would have nothing to live for, I feel like. I understand she has other kids, but all these people spending all this time, when you know, I just feel like Candace knows. And all that, I mean, on all these people like trying to figure out what happened, when Candace knows, and I feel like there's others. I feel like it's just very selfish. It's a little, I mean, there's other kids missing that are just as important. She can't register it. Yeah, that's true. It just seems like, I mean, I think about it, it is odd that this vehicle does come up as it has a theft attached to it. But on the other hand, I'm like, you know, surely she wouldn't be stupid enough to put a stolen vehicle out right next to where she's staying when she's this, you know, pretty big focus in this case, especially a vehicle that she knows people are going to be drawn to because it was on, yellow exterior was in that video. Wait, didn't somebody say they were sending me a picture, or they sent, a video? Somebody sent me a video. Hold on. Forgot about that. Let's see it. And it was Dudley's yellow. I mean, let's see here. Okay. I don't know who that is. There's just so many weird things like with this. With this family. in this case, it's just crazy. The kind of like, I'm pulling up this link real quick. I have to type it in because it's on my phone, and hopefully I type it in right. I don't know. I think that's a pretty big deal. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, that's all I know about. That's all I have on that vehicle. But I'm sure some people could probably figure out if it's still like stolen or if it was returned. It didn't have any other. Yeah, I know. They said somebody mentioned that they said that Dudley said that he still had the vehicle. It's still, even if it isn't the same as Dudley's, you guys, I need to find, maybe I could try to find it now, where Don told me that he was going to let Jodisue borrow a vehicle. I remember him telling me about that. We'll look through it and try it here in a second. Okay, so in this is Dudley's yellow Xterra, I think. This is JLR's video again. Let's see. Somebody said that okay, this is from January. Okay, there it is. Okay. Is that it? Wait, no. Is that that's the Xterra? Or is that? Is there a better picture of it? Is I don't know if they got any more video than just that one little part. Dang it. I don't know. They probably have. I would guess that they probably have some somewhere. Oh, is this the work site? Okay. Is that it, guys? He does not live in Tennessee, but his father does. I'm dreaming that might be exaggerating whatever makes her feel so crappy. Maybe. Okay, so and then on Benny's video, it does look like, I mean, gosh, but it's hard to tell though. It does look like the same one, but who knows? I mean, and that's what we're told, that it is Dudley's that's on Don's property in that video. But it's not like Don's the most honest. So yeah. Dudley's currently owns his exterior. He said he left it at Don's 2 different times. His is the off-road edition. Written on the front quarter panel, he also has the extra set of wheels for off-roading. Okay, so does I can't see where it says off-road. So it does look brighter, but I mean, it's hard to, the video quality is much better in this video, so can't really, I feel like can't really go by that, but I do see where it says off-road. And did I'm guessing Jodisue probably took down that video. Actually, I think hold on. Thought I had it downloaded, but maybe not. Or maybe, here, let me see. Here's a picture. I'm looking at a picture of it. Okay, if there's a way to, let's go back here to, I think it, is there a back view of this vehicle? Trying to see. What's that? Wish I could. I wish I could. Maybe if I could like. It won't. There's no way to zoom in. Because it's if that's the back, is that the back of his vehicle right there? If that is the back of his vehicle, which I'm guessing it is, unless there was another yellow vehicle, then I don't believe it's the same one, unless, I don't know though. I mean, somebody could have put a sticker on it to, there's this, okay, so there's a arrow on the back of hers on the left. I can't show the picture because it's, I could probably crop it and show what I'm talking about. Yeah, let me crop it so I can show you guys real quick. Okay. Save. Okay, so you see, I can't scroll in anymore to Dudley's vehicle, but open with, I zoomed in on the back of hers, and if you see, okay, so on the left back of that vehicle, which I could screenshot it, I guess I could screen grab it. I can spot a difference, but it's just a decal, which, you know, doesn't mean it's not the same vehicle, but still, I you know, still, even if it's not this, it doesn't mean it's not the same vehicle that was on at Dawn's property. However, also it's not, doesn't explain why the vehicle comes up as stolen. Oops. Okay. This is not a very good quality picture, but I'm going to zoom in. Okay. Sorry for the wait, but I wanted you guys to see this. So, assuming that is Dudley's yellow vehicle at the right of that picture, zoomed in on the left side of the rear of the vehicle. You'll see that there's nothing there. Like there's no decal or anything. And I am looking at the back lower corner, left-hand lower corner of the vehicle. Okay. And then when you see Jodisue's, you can see right here, there's a decal right there, or sticker of some kind. The lights match up, like the lights look exactly the same. Everything else does. I can see I'm not very observant, but definitely is not that decal or sticker on Dudley's. So send a GWI. I think they extradited him already, but I don't know. So the case was moving a long time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a possible dealership sticker. But that could have Lewis Auto Sales. Okay. We can, that's what it looks like it says. We can look. But there's gonna be several of them. And what I'm thinking is this came from was, according to the report, looks like it was possibly purchased in out west, maybe Minnesota. It says, let me see here. The address is that the address or the states that are on the background of this vehicle or the VIN number are Montana, North Dakota, and I think Minnesota. Is MN? MN, is that Minnesota? Let's look. Should have just typed in Minnesota aviation. Yeah, MN. So Minnesota, Minnesota. There's going to be, okay, Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana. There's going to be a lot of Lewis auto sales. That one's, see, it's going to pull up all the ones close to me because I'm in Indiana. Motor sales. I wonder if it's Lewis motor sales or auto sales. Let's. There's one, which is crazy. It looks like right here and right here. There is one right there in East Tennessee. Come on. I have the hardest time operating this thing. So there is one right here in Elizabethton, Tennessee, which looks really close to it's right next to Johnson City, so it's really close to Rogersville. So it's for, it's maybe who owns this place, this Lewis. See, that's the thing. What's Justin, did this Lewis name come up in your Lewis used cars? Let's see if it has a name of anybody here. Car. Okay. Lewis used cars. Let's see. Let me look at her. Let me see if I can. Lewis. I was just referring back to the. Okay, so Lewis used cars. Okay, Lewis was used cars. Lewis 10, Tennessee. Yeah. How do I get back to the? Okay, let me see. Did somebody text me? Let me see here real quick. Yeah, I don't think it does not. I do not. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Hold on. Somebody sent me a thing saying that the handles. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty safe to say this is a different. Yeah. It's definitely a different Xterra than Dudley's. Okay. I just found somebody pointed out to something that about the handle. And so the handle of Dudley's is on the right of the back of the vehicle, and Jodisue's is in the middle. And another thing, though, that I can tell a huge difference is the windshield wiper. The windshield wiper on hers is lower than the one that Dudley's been driving around. However, if now that we've searched this number here, and I will show you guys how they are different. The thing is, though, now is, was this a stolen vehicle, or is this a reported stolen vehicle? Is it the one that was on Dudley's? Or, I mean, sorry, it's not this. It's not the one Dudley was driving, but is it the one was on Don's property? I mean, Dudley says that was his, so yeah, that is the more concerning thing. Is the plates or the VIN number, the fact that it comes back as stolen, or that it was stolen. It doesn't say that it's. I mean, there's no way to tell really from what I have if it's still stolen. Okay, but I will show, though, just because it's only fair, how, I mean, honestly, though, I'm going to, show how hers is different, but it's still is, yeah, it's still very, still a major issue, though. And that's just my opinion, though. But it's definitely a different one than what Dudley was driving or is driving. Let me see here. Where did I save that? There it is. Okay, here, I'll show this real quick, and then I'm going to get back to looking into this Lewis. I want to, now I'm like, who owns this does Brad have ties to Lewis? I mean, I don't even know though if this Lewis car lot is, this vehicle's 20 years old, the one that on Jodisue's property. So, the Lewis decal could be from when it first was sold. It could be from another time. However, there is that Lewis used cars real close to Johnson City. Okay, so real quick, here's the back of Jodisue's. Okay, the thing that really sticks out, now somebody did mention the handle. Hers is right in the middle, and on Dudley's it looks like it's to the right. But the one thing that definitely is like, okay, it's a totally different vehicle, is the windshield wiper. Hers is below the window. Also, the Nissan symbols look different, but it's really hard to tell. Let's see if there's a key lock on Dudley's too. But the main thing I just noticed is the windshield wiper on hers is lower. Okay. And now let me pull up his real quick. If I can. Here. Dang, I thought I had a. Oh. Well, that one's not going to work because I can't see the. I'm going to have to use this. Okay. Well, shit, that's not the picture I was. Or wait. Okay, so I'll use this picture that somebody sent me. Hold on, because this picture is not going to work. Okay, I just had to email it to myself. Your uncle had a dog named Dudley. Where's. Okay, there it is. Okay. Okay, so you could see on Dudley's that the windshield wiper is above the window. Also, look, there's no key lock to the right of the handle. How Dudley's is, Dudley's does not have a key lock to the right, but Jodisue's does. Plus, Dudley's handle is to the right, and Jodisue's looks like in the middle. But the windshield wiper right there is above the body of the vehicle on, looks like, it's higher up. So it's definitely a different exterior than the one in this video right here. Dudley says that the exterior on that in that video, Summer Dancing is his. So I mean, I would assume it was, or it is. But now we can focus, now that we know that they're not the same. I mean, that we can, cancel out any type of weirdness going on with the, Dudley and her having the same, them knowing each other or anything. Now, like, is this a stolen vehicle? Is it, I mean, it's just, it is possibly Brad somehow. I don't know. There's nothing that comes up as far as title records. And I ran a few reports, not just on Been Verified. And Been Verified was the only one that I got a name. And the only one that mentioned something about theft. Let me see here. Here's a fax VIN thing. Let me see what it said for it. It said it was married in Smyrna, Tennessee. Is Smyrna, Tennessee near, and that wasn't just this report that I can't really show it because I have the VIN number. Let me see. Yeah, man, this is not looking good. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm going to show this, but I'm going to I was just making sure I was not going to, this is not, oh shit. I need this open. How do I'm in, it opened up with Microsoft Edge, but I'm in, hold on, let me see if I can get it to open with Google. Okay, yeah, I can. Okay, good. All right, guys. It really is. I mean, when I say it's not looking good, I mean it's not looking good for, like, where did this vehicle come from? Here's another report. Another, website I use to run the VIN number. Now, it doesn't say anything about theft on this one. However, something that it does say, which is the same as the other, is, okay, mentioned Smyrna, Tennessee. Does anybody know, what you guys might be answering, but I can't see your comments. Maybe I should pull them up on my phone. I have to pee really bad, but okay. Okay. Where is Smyrna, Tennessee located? I mean, the fact that it was made in Smyrna, I don't think has anything to do with, like, where it was sold. They ship cars all over the United States. But Smyrna, Tennessee is, let me look here to what it's close by. Okay, it's The heck? It's near, it's like southeast of Nashville, which, so it's quite a ways from Rogersville area. It's probably like 2 hours at least. So here, this is what I find interesting, okay, that matches up with the last report, okay? The dates of the titles. Montana, okay, wait, no, Minnesota, 2005. North Dakota, 2010. North Dakota, 2012. North Dakota, 2012 again. 2013, Montana. 2014, North Dakota. 2015, Montana, and nothing after that. And this is a different, it hasn't been registered since 2015, according to there was another site too that I pulled it up on, and I'm trying to think. Let's see. Let me see what these documents are. That's not the. Okay. What's this one? No wonder what this one. Hold on. I'm looking to see if I can find any other. Okay. I don't have another one to look into. I noticed that the other one that I used I somehow did not put in the exact correct VIN number. But these two are exactly the same as they're both the same on both of them, and this exact one here. Let me compare real quick to the picture just to make triple sure. Make sure I don't show. Let's see. There it is. Okay. I was like lost there for a second. Okay. Just making sure they match. Anyways, guys, could mean, who knows? I'm Middle Tennessee. Smyrna is an hour away. Oops. I guess though, I think I really have to pee really bad. Oh my gosh. So hold on. I was looking to search it, see if I can search it on another site real quick. I'm trying to. Sorry, I wish I could show this. I can't because I'm looking into seeing if I can pull a different report. So you said, didn't Fred say Andy took off to Knoxville for about 28 days? Could he have gone to East Tennessee to pick it up? Finding some ties like possibly to Kingsport that I'm going to look into once I get off here. Might have found another name, but I want to make sure. Sorry. Does everybody do freaking work on houses down there in that area? Like every single person like tied to this case, I feel like does some type of Huh. I go get yellow, but that's me. I can't imagine wanting yellow. It's going to be 5 or 6 hours. Sorry, not trying to repeat myself, but I'm trying to catch it. No, I don't see. I'm not seeing. I found a name that is I haven't heard before. And but I can't really. Look into, because then I'm going to sit like I want to, because I can't. I'll just sit here not talking. But anyways, I probably do need to go. I would just like, I don't know if I would just take that with a. It is weird that there's another yellow Xterra, but no, but that's different. That's not, no, Coco, that's not what we're talking about, though. It has nothing to do with it being the same vehicle or not. I mean, not anymore. It doesn't have anything, because we found out it's definitely not the same vehicle. Oh, really, Destiny? Yeah, I found a rabbit hole I want to explore. That's true. That's really the truth. I mean, one thing I do know for sure, it's not in. Well, I guess I can't say I know that for sure. But I would put money on it that it's not. Sorry. Sorry, I had to mute while I coughed. Oh my gosh. I would put money on it that it's not registered. Which isn't a crime. I mean, as long as she's not driving it, I guess. So, but he said he always had a feeling that something was going to happen to him. Man. Connie, I heard that. He did say that, but I didn't hear the second part where you say he says, but I didn't know it was going to be an accident where she got run over. Made a community post. I'm sure she's not. Dear bones. Okay, she showed a screenshot of her reporting my video. Like, how many times does she think my videos have been reported? like a ridiculous number of times. Just like I'm sure her videos have been. So, like I already said, delete the part of where the vehicle is, even though I really believe that is true, Randy. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I do want to. Destiny, I will send that to you. I didn't run it through Carfax because it was really expensive, but it's probably the most accurate. Lisa, that's what I do too. Well, whatever paper I can find around. Yeah, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow for Taco Tuesday. I'll make a post. It's going to be Dolly Vision. So stay tuned. It's not going to be the 8 p.m. because he can't make 8 p.m. because of his work schedule. Traffic Sandman. Okay, it looks like Rex. Okay, so Rex Lewis is the owner of. Somebody sent me that. And let's see. $159,726. Hold on. Somebody sent me a possible vehicle listing. I don't know. That's a different. Well, this one's a 2001. It looks like. So I don't think that's the same one that somebody sent me a picture of that's in that listing, but somebody said they. Okay. I'm looking at your email, Trinity. All right. I'll look into this when I get off here because I'm going to be going down to doing some research anyways to kind of because I don't know exactly what this is about yet. But thank you for sending it to me because I do get in these rabbit holes though, so I'll probably be stuck in it for a while. Plus, I will private this video so that I can edit that part out where it shows like the video of me driving. I'll edit that part out. And then I will make it public again. But I do want everybody, just to remember too that this is not a 100% fact. It's just something that came up when I was researching. These page sites are not the most accurate, okay? So let's just just take it into consideration. There are rabbits and rabbit holes. No, they're not. It's not Dudley's. We've already. Is it not one of the reports I did, Leela, and one site? It did not have any. It did not say anything about any thefts. The other one, it did say it was reported. That doesn't mean that it's still considered a stolen vehicle. People can report a vehicle stolen and then get possession back of it. So it doesn't mean that it's. So, you know what I mean? So one site that I looked up on did mention that there was a past theft. The other one did not. Yeah, Palmer. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night for Taco Tuesday. Have a good evening.